What's up, Bleacher Bumz? CK in the house. JC, Leslie, Steffi, the other three partners in crime for Bleacher Bum Sports. I'm going to congratulate the four of us. We took care of college football week 1 with a 6-3 record. 2-1 on best bets. A little fluke there. Should have been 3-0, but I'm going to own it. I mistyped something, and it's on me. But if you played our top 10, you would have got it anyway. It was in there. It was the Texas San Antonio -2.5 over Army. Should have been the number 3 pick. I had it at number 10 in our top 10. It did cash. We had under 54.5. They ended up scoring probably a record. I mean, Army, as we said in the show, Jason and I, hey, nothing but live. Sorry, not going to take it. Shit, where am I? Hell, I don't even know what the hell I was saying. This is live, and it is what it is. Nothing scripted. But we went 6-3 and 1. We pushed on the Houston game, which, if you asked me out of the top 10, which one's going to push, that one was as close as you were going to see. It was going to be 3 either way, and Houston was getting 3. We had Houston plus the 3. They lost by 3. So, but the Texas San Antonio was the -2.5. Really should have been my number 1 pick, but I apologize. We did have, because Jay and I went over all these games, and he deserves credit. I mean, the guy picks App State to win the game outright. Who does that shit? He and I talked about Georgia Southern. I said, this is an upset waiting to happen. We talked about that, and they won outright. And there's jobs going to be available already in college football because of losing to teams you shouldn't. But I'm going to tell you something. Georgia Southern is no joke. They will end up winning their division this year. And I think the new playoff system is going to allow teams like that to really show what they're made of. It's going to be like a 12-team playoff type thing that they're talking about. And I that's a great number. It'll get some of these smaller schools in there. Will they get walloped? You never know. I mean, look at Georgia Southern. Yeah, Nebraska's got issues. They go in there and they beat their ass. They won by 3, but they were getting 23.5 points. Appalachian State, the one and only JC called that. Outright win. App State goes in. I mean, okay, Michigan App State could have been the biggest loss in college football history. But you don't go down to Texas A&M and win on their home field. They can be terrible. It's still going to be tough to win at Texas A&M. And they went down there and took care of business and won. App State is no joke. That program is up and coming, and I'm telling you, you're going to see by the end of the year, App State jersey sales, all the bling that they sell, people are going to buy it up. I want to get some App State stuff. I love the underdog. That's where Bleacher Bum Sports came from. We are the underdogs. I love underdogs. I'm always about the underdogs. But our record is actually showing that we're nothing about underdogs. We're all about leading the pack in picking these games and making you guys money. So anyway, I'm just babbling right now because I'm so pumped up. NFL started today. We got our bets out. If you're on Facebook, you got to check them out. The 4 of us, the Bleacher Bum Sports team, maybe small, but there's a lot of knowledge in there. We're putting it all out on Facebook. Check out the picks. Games are already underway. But let me jump to yesterday's results real quick. Air Force, the number one pick of the day. I would go 2 units. Love the game. It's been probably between college and the NFL. That was, if I had to pick one game out of the entire weekend, it was Air Force. They are on a mission. They clubbed Colorado. By game time, it was minus 17 and a half. And I had people questioning me, is that half going to come and play? I said, absolutely not. They won by 31 points. So we nailed that. Georgia Southern plus 23. We just got done talking about that. They won outright 45-42. Texas San Antonio and Army under 54. That's a loss, 79 points scored. But we did have in the top 10 at number 10, Texas San Antonio minus 2.5 over Army. Loved that game. It should have been a 21-17 type of game. This thing was 41-38. Defenses didn't show up, and it was whoever had the ball last, basically. Got done talking about Houston plus 3 over Texas Tech was a push. Tennessee and Pittsburgh over 66 was a loss. I take that loss, but the outcome of the game, I'm going to get you guys, I'm going to get you the final score. I was rushing when I was typing stuff. My bad. Hold on. I know the game was, let's see, the hell. Was ended up 34-27 overtime win. So yeah, Mr. Jason Cox called that one. Boy, oh boy. I love going live because so much shit can go wrong here. Computers acting up. I got all sorts of crazy shit going. I got games on here and it's crazy. Crazy Sunday here. Boise State, Mexico. I put these games out on Friday because I had one of these games in the Saturday mix that was on Friday night. And I knew it was going to be a win. But boy, did they make it close. We won by the hook. You either win or lose by the hook, and the hook will just devastate you, but we got it. It was 45 total points. We needed over 44.5. That's a win. Boy, if I could take this one back, this was a last second one I really liked. And then the more I thought about it, I was I had my second thoughts on it. Because it being week one, you get excited. We all do. I kind of jumped at this one. The little birdies were putting some info in my ear, and I probably should have told the birdies to fly away. They told me Alabama minus 11 over Texas. I did some research, and it was coming out decent. I liked it, so I posted it in my top 10, and it was they ended up 10-10. So I didn't cover that. And boy, Alabama, did they get a scare or what? But Texas left them too much time. And when they had 1:37 left, I said, guys, I'm a Lions fan. I've seen that. I know what happens. And it sure as heck happened. Alabama, they escaped that. Then we had USC minus 9 over Stanford. Big win. That was an easy one. That should have been a top 3 picked also. 41-28. And those are your top 10 college. And then I threw on some last minute long big spread games. Nothing to bet on, just ones that I liked. You could check those out. Check the results on that. But now, but that's 6-3-1 overall. You're not going to beat that. That's why we do what we do. Now for your let's see. We're at halftime in the NFL. These are the top games, and I will get you updates here. The best bet of the week for NFL is Indianapolis minus 7 over Houston. And it's, boy, Indy better get their shit together. They're down 13-3. what's great about the NFL, man. Anything can happen. Um, and a lot of the advice goes to take some of these these underdogs, because crazier shit happens, and you're seeing that right now. Because in our top three best bets, other than the number one best bet, because what I do in the NFL, I give you the best game of the week, and then that's your big money. If you're going to lay some money, that's the one you do it. And then I'll give you your top three other than the one. So I don't want it to get confusing. I make it confusing for myself. So you guys have ideas, throw me comments, say you should do it this way. I'll listen. Constructive criticism, all about it. Anyway, for your top three, other than the top game of the week, I got Jacksonville plus 2.5 over Washington, Baltimore minus 6.5 over the Jets, Atlanta plus 5.5 over New Orleans. Now, that Atlanta game almost was my number one. I loved that game. And as it stands right now, we are looking at Atlanta's up 16-10. I'm telling you, Mariota's found a home. I absolutely love him in Atlanta, and they're getting 5.5. The public, the professionals, all are taking New Orleans. Now, it is only 9:15 left in the third quarter. Shit can happen. We know that. Detroit's down 24-14. Of course, I had Philadelphia, minus the points. My heart would take Detroit all day long. The brain says, this is for the people, man. I got to tell you which way to go on that. And Philly is the way to go. It went all the way up to 5. I think it went up to 5.5 at game time. So, football update: Jacksonville we have as a top three Jacksonville plus 2.5. They are they're down 14-3 in the third quarter. Just started. And then Baltimore over the Jets. I mean, that almost is like a layup. That probably should have been the best bet. But I still love Indy to come back. So let's see what happens there. Baltimore's up 10-3 in the third, early in the third. It looks like the Jets down 10-3. They may go for the field goal here. So it's a tight one there. Let's see. New Orleans and Atlanta over. Now I got the best over and unders for week one. Tennessee and New York Giants under 44. I've got Tampa Bay and Dallas under 51.5. Chargers, Vegas over 52. Kansas City and Arizona over 53.5. Philly and Detroit under 48.5. And New Orleans and Atlanta over 43 points. Go to Facebook, and if you guys want to get on the 4:00 games, I've got two. I also like my leans that didn't make the best bets. I have them done in stars, meaning 1 star is a poor the game, meaning if I give it a 1 star, it's like I'm just not liking the game. I give it 5 stars. That means it barely missed hitting my best bets of the week. It's pretty obvious when you see them. So for the games I'm leaning to, I posted every game. They all made the list only because it gives you, if you guys have a favorite team and you want to know what I think about it, I can always send you an email or I can print it out onto Facebook. But basically, I'm a one-man show when it comes to the typing things. But the Bleacher Bumz team will be expanding with people who want to help with different things for the show. We got 4 CEOs that are killing it when it comes to looking information up. But we can only do so much because we're small. We're the underdog, so, but we're getting there. And we just got started with our shows this past week. So you guys got to check out starting tomorrow. Jason and I are going to be hitting it hard, man, getting you guys all your picks. So anyway, back to the 1 to 5 star. You see, I'm just going excitement, man. Football, baby. The games I gave 1 stars that I didn't really care about was San Francisco over Chicago. Too many. It's raining there. Anything can happen. Dallas plus 2.5 over Tampa. Man, could go anyway. But then 2 stars, little better games. Green Bay, I got over Minnesota -1. Tennessee -5.5 over the Giants. Arizona plus 6.5 over KC. 3 stars, I gave Miami -3.5 over New England. Philly 5 over Detroit. Then I jumped to the 4 stars. It's now I'm liking these games a little more. Cincinnati -6 over Pittsburgh. Denver -6.5 over Seattle. And then 5 stars. These almost made the best bets of the weekend. Love the Chargers -3.5 over Vegas. They're talking about Carr. He's got his weapons now. You're going to see the Chargers possibly in the Super Bowl this year. You got Buffalo and Chargers going to hammer away at it. But I love the Chargers in this game. And then Carolina even over Cleveland. And right now, that game is going on. Third, God, slow down here. Third quarter just started. Cleveland's up 17-7. But hey, shit happens. Anything can happen. But that's your updates. If I'm going to live bet something right now, because we're gonna get into this. We're gonna live bet at halftime. I'm gonna give you hints to who to go for. Right now, you got Indianapolis down 13-3. I would sprinkle a little on Indy. Let me give you an idea of, and where we're gonna go is we're gonna go to bet online. That's my number one choice for sport books. You can go to anything you want, but bet online is really the real deal, in my opinion, because you can bet on everything. If a player sneezes, how many times does he sneeze, or even like how many times does the catcher grab his nutsack while he's giving signs? I don't know. Bet online gives you all that stuff, man. But right now, if you want to live bet Indy, we go to the game right now. If you wanted to take it, you would get Indy plus 6.5, and Houston just scored. So it's 19-3. It's a thrashing on my number one pick of the week. So that is going to bump up the Colts after this score. Now it's up to 10.5. Wow. Yeah, that's a rough game for them. Cincinnati's down to Pittsburgh now. 17-12. Let's see, what do we got? 17-12. I'll have a much better system in place for live betting. We'll have screens everywhere, and we'll go at it. Let me see. Cincinnati and Steelers. Let's pick them. You could do a pick them right now. I would get on it really quick, though. Cincinnati's 3rd and goal on the Pittsburgh 2. They're probably going to score, but if you got this pick 'em, you pop the Bengals right now because you got even money. At the very worst, they'll get a field goal, tie it up. I like the Bengals finishing this game off. But yeah, that's how this will go. Anyway, those were your results. I will give you results tomorrow, and then we'll talk about the Monday Night Football. Check out Jason and I on our live show tomorrow. We're trying to come up with a really good time for you guys, but I'm thinking around somewhere in the 5:30, 6 o'clock. You know, we want people to get home from work, get settled in, but get ready for the 7 o'clock games for baseball and stuff. So we'll come up with a good system for you guys, but please put your comments in there. Let me know what you guys want to see. Very important. Anyway, peace out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Go Lions.